enhancing the anger from people. So now it's not just the Republican or conservative that are angry. Damn right I am angry. And I am liberal. It's like I am liberal, but by the same token, I do, as liberal as I am, I respect authority. I regard the power of authorities and governance. I believe in governance.
And you need to have it. So here, any existing country, again, and I may have mentioned this before, every country that has ever existed since the dawn of time has had rules of law in place. And those who enforce and manage those rules of law, from Roman times, ancient Greece, 3,000 years before Christ, ancient Greece had laws. Those who enforced the laws and the judges and juries, in one way or another, have existed since the beginning of recorded history. You can't, for a society to exist, there needs to be a rule of law, and
That's
those
correct.
who enforce and regulate. And you, again, we're experiencing the tantruming child knocking stuff down and stealing stuff and yelling at authority and doing all of these things. As barbaric as ancient Rome was, they used to just walk over and just start hacking away with swords and poke you with spears and stuff. Like, they didn't put up with that. Yeah. I know it's barbaric and it's ancient times and it's thousands and thousands of years ago. I get it. But the principle is still the same.
Yeah.
For society to exist, for Rome to have gotten as large as it was,
You need laws.
You need laws and rules and taxation and a process in place for everyone to benefit.
That's correct.
The process that they're trying, that these felons are trying to put in place right now.
They want anarchy?
They want anarchy, but they want something that benefits them, only them.
Yeah, how are you going to do that? You cannot just benefit just one group.
Right.
And it bothers me that all of a sudden, all these rich people, that they are all of a sudden, okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb over here.
Yeah.
And all these, white, white, black, white, blah, 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 rich ones, who are always in this bandwagon, who probably don't even know what, let's say, the inner city looked like.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
and all of a sudden, here they are.
Steve Carell doesn't hang out in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Well, in the South Bronx, you mean?
Or South Bronx, right.
Yeah, or East New York. East New York now is, that's the one in the Bronx. In Brooklyn,
right.
But South Bronx, or
right.
Newark, New Jersey, or Camden, New Jersey.
Right.
Oakland. Or East LA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're not hanging out there. They're hanging out in, in Hollywood and, their Beverly Hills and, their Palm Beach, mansions and.
Yeah. They're not hanging out there.
No,
it's a Barbara Streisand is not, like, I don't know.
Oh, God, no.
So, look, it's like, I don't condone, all right? I don't condone, of course, racism or any of that, or police brutality. But, however, I also don't condone lawlessness, that you're taking over, without the law, you're trying to take over the police. Oh, that's going to be, they tried to explain to me that it's just, it's going to be now the community who's going to do the policing. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Oh.
It is bullshit.
The prime example, the occupied place in Seattle has an opportunity right now to show us to show the world how community policing would work.
Do a pilot test, okay?
You have the ability to do a pilot test. There's only a handful of people there. You could just sit everybody down at once and go, all right, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to do this. This is how we're going to police. Don't steal. Don't rape. Don't burn shit down. Just sit there and just exist.
Yeah.
And and if something does happen, if someone does come in and hold up your gas station or steal your grocery money, then you know what? We'll take care of it for you.
Yeah.
However, whatever process they choose, and they've decided not to do that. There was an article on CNN.com last week or the week before where within that little occupied zone in Seattle, this guy owned an automotive repair shop.
Yeah.
And his burglar alarm went off, and he lived across the street.
Yeah.
So he went across the street. Some guy threw a Molotov cocktail in his front window.
Holy shit!
And so the guy catches him, and you say that the fire suppression system put out the fire, thankfully, but the guy catches him, and he calls 911 and said, I caught someone trying to burn my building down. The alarm went off. You guys get notified. All this stuff. And they're like, we can't do anything. We can't come in. They tried, but they can't come in.
Why can't
they? And that was it. And so the community basically goes over to the guy and says, you need to let him go. For whatever the rationale was. So the shop owner had to let him go. It's like, he tried to burn my house down, my shop down. I have the video. I have the fire suppression system to prove it. And they let him go. So that's just, I guess arson's okay.
You know what I do? Like, I'm not a violent person. But if somebody came into my house and tried to harm one of my dogs, I would go to jail because, you know what? There's nothing left with that person.
Right.
I would chop that person down and feed them to my dogs. Because there is no way that person is gonna come in and harm my dogs.
I've already told Shannon years ago. I told my wife years ago that if I were to ever catch anybody either harming either of them, either the dog or Peter or Shannon, like if I got home and there was something going on, like it would be a bad scene. And I told him, like, I'd go to jail.
That's me too.
Just be prepared to give me bail money because this person will not leave in one piece. They will be hurting.
That was the
really bad.
That was the only time that I said that I become violent. When if any of my dogs is harmed in any way because of you came into my property and tried to harm them, they're not doing anything.
Right.
I'm so sorry, but you're not going to leave my property alive.
Right.
They're just going to have to handcuff me because you know what, you can't do that. And unfortunately now it's like, I mean, a crime is being committed all the time now. I mean, in your face crime.
Right.
You don't even have to hide to do crime anymore.
No. Well, statistics show now that, if you were to call, if someone were to break into your house now and start doing something illegal, first off, breaking into your house is illegal. But if they start harming you or harming the dogs or, whatever, average response time for 911 nationwide is like 4.5 minutes. So how much destruction could happen in 4 minutes before the officer even arrives? Assuming it arrives. Right? If you're in Atlanta right now, and today in Los Angeles was the same issue, where police officers aren't showing up to work. So in Atlanta, because like 80% of the 911 calls went unanswered. there's some atrocious number of 911 calls that work because there are no officers to respond to them. So,
what about
like
that now?
Right?
You did not want the police. Why are you calling 911?
Right, and there lies the big question.
I like the police.
I do too. I love them.
I like the authority. Okay, look, I have had a run with them. They were not so nice to me, but guess what? I still respect their authority.
Right.
I like them to come when I need them. I like them to come to assist me. They are still, for me, when I see them, I see a sign of relief. When I'm in distress and I see the police.
Yep.
All right? It's like, it is not a majority. I know majority is not corrupt. The police, what the police need to do is break down the blue wall and give up those wonkers who do the crime.
Yeah. So here, the challenge lies here is that, and they say, well, police always protect their own.
Yeah.
Well, that might be, and that may be the case where, if an officer's doing something wrong, maybe taking a kickback for something or whatever, that police, that other officers will look the other way. Yeah. I think that happens, in a huge police force like New York City, which has, 40, 50, 60,000 police officers or something. It's like an army.
Something like that.
I'm sure it happens. But you know what? It's the same thing with any other profession. If you would, berate a plumber, other plumbers are gonna defend you because it's a brotherhood. And that's what it comes down to. How to, you can't simplify it to that degree. Again, it's a blend. They're using global generalizations that they hate. They say, well, they pull over every black man because they're black. Well, that's not obviously true. It can't be true. But they'll say on the flip side, the other side of the mouth is every police officer is bad. So we're going to defund every police department. Well, wait a minute. You just said that you don't want to be, profiled.
Yeah.
Because of your race or your nationality, but you're okay with
profiling the police.
Yeah, it just you can't have it both ways. Like that, you can't have it one way. It's a two-way street. There's again, because there's nobody globally on a national level that is taking care of this, like is heading up the Black Lives Matter or Antifa, whatever. There's no one central spokesperson that speaks for everybody, because it's a disorganized bunch of felons running around each city. There's some organization, but
hey, what about the KKK?
Same idea. They're a bunch of felons and criminals. I'm not disputing that at all.
I'm not saying that, but what about the KKK? Because I have heard that they are also instigating some sort of these rioting. So they go over there.
Sure.
They go over there and instigate the rioting, because they go and egg the protesters.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm not disputing that at all. And you know what? If I don't care what color you are. If you're committing a crime, and therein lies the root of the problem. If you're committing a crime, be a man, be a woman, own up to it, and deal with the implications of your behavior. And if you're in the KKK, fine. You should be arrested and thrown in jail. I don't agree with their thought process, and I don't agree with what they stand for, and I don't think what they do, between when it was first founded in the 20s up until today, I think it's atrocious what they do and what they have done.
I think the government is the worst.
Right. At the same time, when people back in the 60s, when there was, cross burnings and all the horrific stuff that used to happen to black people back in the 60s. And